Okay, so this is revising solving trig equations where you have a function within the bracket. I can think of at least three different ways of solving this. One is to change the interval, but I'm going to show you first what I think is the simplest way, but it's not necessarily the most efficient or the quickest, but I do think it is simplest. Let me show you what I mean. I think most equations you can get reduced to a situation like this one. So I'm just going to show you from here. So sine of some value is equal to a half, and we need to solve that bit. So let's first of all sketch the sine graph. It's going to help us to figure out what's going on. All right, forgive my rather sketchy sketch. And a half is somewhere around there. Okay. If you plug inverse sine of a half into your calculator, you're going to get 30. So we need to figure out what all of the other values are. So we get 30. This here is 180. So 180 minus 30 is 150. But there are more. So if we add on 360, we're going to get this value here as 390. 150 plus 360. Should have done this one before. We're going to get 510. Okay, but we can also come back this way. We're going to get 210 minus 210. And then over here, so sorry, how did I do that one? If we take 150, so that one was 150 plus 360. This one here, we can do 150 minus 360 going from here all the way back to there. Gives us 210 minus 210, and 30 minus 360 gives us minus 330. So there's loads of different possible answers, well outside the range that we're interested in, but we need them. Okay, so this is part of the simplest but not necessarily the quickest way. So we now know that 2 theta plus 50 must be some of this long list. So I'm going to write them all down. Minus 330, minus 210. Let's just shift this. It didn't work. Let's just shift this down here so we've got enough space. I'm going to write this big long list down. We've got 30, 150, 390, and 510. Okay, we're not worrying about this interval at the top here at all. We're just writing down a big long list. And now we've essentially got 6 equations. We want to solve that, so we're going to subtract 50 from every one of these numbers. Okay, so we're going to get 2 theta is going to be minus 380 minus 260 minus 20 minus 20 plus 100 340 and 510. Divide the whole thing by 2 to give us theta, and we're going to get mental maths 159 minus 190 minus 130 minus 10 50. Come on, brain, hurry up. 150, 170, 250, 205. And notice here, we're not interested in that one. That's below 0. Okay, we're coming back to look at our interval. That's below 0. That's below 0. We are interested in this one, and this one. Now, I don't think we've got them all. Okay, probably there's some more here. So let's come back and just add a few more onto our list. So up here we can do 390 plus 360 to give us 750. And we can do 510 plus 360 to give us 870. Let's do the same, take 50 off each, so we're going to get 700 and 820. And then we have to divide them by 2. Half of 700 is 350. And this one's going to give us 410. Now again, that's outside of our range, so we're not interested in that, but we are interested in that. And so here we have all 4 solutions. That's the lot. Okay? And it's essentially trial and error in that we're going to take as many different possible initial values as I dare, and then do the process of subtracting 50 and dividing by 2, and then you just ignore the ones that fall outside the range. There is an alternative way of doing it. So I think that's the simplest. There is an alternative way that cuts out these wrong values that we're not interested in. And so what we start with is theta is between 360 and 8. But what we're interested in is, what about 2 theta plus 50? So what I'm going to need to do is transform this in a couple of steps until I end up with 2 theta plus 50 is less than a couple of values. Okay. Let's start by multiplying by 2, so that's going to give us 2 theta. 2 is between 0 and 720. And then we're going to add 50 to all of those, so between 50 and 770. So this is the range in which we are looking for these values. So if you don't want to have to consider that value, and that value, because they're outside that range, then you can do this process. You can go through this process to find the range, and that way you only have to divide these 4 numbers by 2, and subtract 50 from them. But since subtracting 50 and then dividing by 2 isn't so taxing, sometimes it is just easier to take a big long list and do it to all of them, particularly if you've forgotten how to do this process here. Okay. So trial and error works just fine. I hope that's been helpful, and please comment if you would like me to explain it.